In a busy day today, not that you really care. I want to correct an egregious error made by another YouTube photography channel that typically states ignorant hyperbole, specifically statements that the autofocus system or the autofocus on the Nikon D5 is faster than on the Nikon D850. That's incorrect. We'll first start off by correcting that nonsense and get into specifics, some of the specifics involving autofocus module, the processing of the signal for autofocus through the autofocus module, the weight and inertia of driven elements, which is lens specific, and the 5 different types of autofocusing systems that exist in various lenses over countless decades from Nikon specifically. It is absolute nonsense to state that the autofocus is faster on the Nikon D5 than on the D850. D850 has the exact same multicam 20K autofocus sensor module in the bottom of the mirror box, directly underneath the secondary mirror where the light is displayed. I've got a drawer full of autofocus modules over there, by the way. I don't have the latest autofocus module on this one. I think the design is identical, except for it actually has better sensing. Acquisition was one thing and tracking is another. So we also have the identical processing on the Nikon D850 of the signal for tracking and acquisition on D850 as opposed to the Nikon D5. They're both absolutely identical. There is no exception by which the Nikon D5 will autofocus faster than the Nikon D850. Let's start off by pointing out the obvious. Since the autofocus module and the processing is identical between the two, and this is camera side autofocus. It's like, well, what do you mean by camera side autofocus? Autofocus is camera side and it's also lens side dependent. It's kind of like having a 3-legged race. If one person is a marathon sprinter but the other person is someone fat and slow like me, then the marathon sprinter is not going to get very far, is he? Same thing with the Fuji X-T2. Everybody kept asking me, well, the X-T2 has got really fast autofocus. When I stick this 28mm, which is a pancake lens, it has a stepper motor inside. On the X-T2, the autofocus is still painfully slow. It's like, how can this be? It makes no sense. Well, it makes perfect sense because autofocus is not merely camera side. So ignorant statements of hyperbole saying that, well, the D850, the Nikon D5 is faster than the D850, this is a lie. There are 5 different types of basic motors. There's linear motors, typically used in the Fujifilm lenses, also some others. There's stepper motors, which are slow, little noisy stepper motors for actually adjusting. Typically, like they're 10 to 24 millimeters. Pancake lenses have stepper motors in them. Many of actually the compact Canon lenses have stepper motors in them, like the ultra-wide zooms that don't need speed. We actually have ring ultrasonics. This is a ring ultrasonic drive that I took out of a Tamron lens. I got a bunch of these. This is a neat little ring. You have micro motors. It has a ring ultrasonic component in it, but it's still plastic gears that slip, and they actually have torque lag between where the gears interlock, then it locks with another gear, so they are slower than a pure ring ultrasonic like this. And then we actually have mechanical screw drive lenses, like D-series lenses, where the actual camera has a slot, like a straight head screwdriver that actually drives the back of that lens mechanically through metal and or plastic, i.e. nylon gears. So we have 5 different stepper motors that actually affect autofocus. We actually have the autofocus module, and we have the processing of that signal for acquisition and tracking. And then we also have, additionally, depending on the lens, the weight and inertia of that driven element. You could have the fastest ring ultrasonic drive imaginable, but if the driven element is substantially larger, it's just like someone pushing a car that's in neutral. It's easier to push a toy car, push it, accelerate it fast than it is a larger car. So we actually have the weight and the inertia of the driven elements. So camera autofocus is never camera autofocus because the camera has to drive. The camera actually has to drive a specific lens, so there's no such thing as camera autofocus speed. That's the really important point that people should take away from this. And if you think about that for 5 seconds, you'll see how incredibly logical it is. There's no such thing as camera autofocus speed. Well, I got the fastest camera in the world. Yeah, you do, but you just stuck a really slow lens on it, and so now it's, a really fast camera with a really slow lens on it, and autofocus speed is not going to be fast. So those statements of ignorant hyperbole have been dismissed, not by Not by my opinion, but by hardcore empirical fact. You know, that combined with the fact that I actually know how cameras and lenses work, unlike other YouTube photography channels. It's okay not to know stuff, but just don't tell people ignorant nonsense that you don't know anything about, and you're just, you know, flapping your gums for the sake of flapping your gums. So that is the correction on those people that have asked me about autofocus speed on the Nikon D850. Being, you know, they say, well, what's his face says it's slower than the D5, and it's not. So D5 has a deeper buffer, has better high ISO performance, and it's also a heinously overpriced pile of monkey poop, $6,500 camera. So someone always tries to call me when I'm making a video. So there you go. There you have the facts versus the ignorant hyperbole. If you like these videos, you could always click the link below and make a small donation, because I have no affiliate links like everybody else who's shilling and, you know, wanting you to click the links below when they get kickbacks. So does that make me holier than thou? It kind of does a little bit. That combined with the fact that I know more than them and I get paid infinitely less than they do. But, you know, that's the way I work. That's the way I roll. Thank you so much for watching, and catch you later. Bye.